What would you do if love came to you when you were not looking for it? Would you trust it or would you be afraid to believe in it? This is my story and I want to share it with you. My name is Sarah. I am 28 years old and I work in a small factory in the city. And the factory makes simple plastic parts. My job is not very special. I stand by a table and pack the items into boxes. I start at 8 in the morning and finish at 5 in the evening. Every day feels the same. Before I go deeper into my story, please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video if you enjoy listening. It helps me bring you more stories. Thank you. Life in the factory was simple but quiet. I was not close with many people there. Most workers came, did their job, and went home. During breaks, some sat together and laughed, but I often sat alone with my tea. I did not mind, but sometimes I felt lonely. I told myself that good things take time. Then one day, something changed. The old factory manager retired, and a new manager came. His name was Peter. He was 35 years old, tall, and wore glasses. He did not look very strict. When he came to the factory floor for the first time, he smiled at all of us. "Good morning," he said in a calm voice. He walked to each worker, shook hands, and introduced himself. When he came to me, he smiled and said, "Hi, I'm Peter. I am happy to work here." I smiled back and said, "Hello, I am Sarah." For some reason, my face felt warm. From that moment, I knew he was not like other managers I had seen before. Peter was kind. He asked questions about our work. He listened to our answers. He even helped lift heavy boxes during lunch breaks. No other manager had ever done that. The other workers were surprised, too. As weeks passed, I started to enjoy my work more. I looked forward to mornings because I knew Peter would greet me. Every day, he said, "Good morning, Sarah," and every day I smiled. It felt nice. It felt simple. We started talking a little during short breaks. We talked about the weather, the food in the cafeteria, and sometimes about books. He told me he liked reading in the evenings. I told him I liked walking in the park near my house. He laughed at my small jokes, and I laughed at his. Still, I tried not to hope too much. Maybe he was just being kind. Maybe he was the same with everyone. I did not want to dream. One afternoon, the machine near my table stopped working. I felt nervous because I did not know how to fix it. Peter walked over, bent down, checked the machine, and pressed a few buttons. The machine started again. He looked at me with a smile. "Don't worry, Sarah. Machines stop sometimes. It's not your fault." I felt my heart beat faster. I whispered, "Thank you." He only smiled again and walked away. That evening, as I walked home, I thought about his calm voice. A few days later, Peter came to me during lunch and asked, "Would you like to eat together today?" I was surprised. No manager had ever asked me that before. I said yes. We sat at a small table in the corner of the cafeteria. We didn't talk about work. We talked about our lives. He told me he moved to the city last month and that he was not married. When I heard the word single, I felt something stir inside me. I tried to hide my smile. From that day, our connection grew slowly. Sometimes after work, he waited at the gate and we walked together for a short time. He asked about my family, my childhood, my favorite music. He listened carefully. I liked that. One Friday evening, it started to rain when work finished. I had no umbrella and stood under the roof waiting. Peter came out holding an umbrella. "Come, we can share," he said. We walked close under the umbrella. The sound of the rain surrounded us. "I like walking with you," he said softly. I felt shy but answered, "I like it too." That night when I lay in bed, I thought about that moment. My face was still warm. I felt happy but also afraid. Was this real, or was I imagining something that was not there? The next week, Peter asked, "Would you like to visit the city park on Saturday?" I smiled and said, "Yes." Saturday came. The park was full of green trees and winding paths. We walked slowly and talked about many things. We laughed. I forgot about work and time. At one point, he stopped and looked at me. "Sarah, I enjoy being with you." I felt my heart beat again. "Me too," I said. He walked me home in the evening. He did not rush. At the door of my small flat, he only said, "I hope we can do this again." "Yes, we can," I replied. That night, I could not sleep. My mind was full of his words, his smile, and the way he looked at me. For the first time in years, I felt a new hope. The days after that Saturday felt different. Work was the same, but my heart was not. Every morning when I walked into the factory, I felt a small joy. I knew I would see Peter. I tried to act normal, but inside I waited for his smile and his "Good morning, Sarah." One Monday morning, I arrived earlier than usual. I stood outside with my tea. The sun was not high yet. The air was cool. Suddenly, I heard his voice. "You start early today," he said. I turned and saw him standing there, holding his own cup. "Yes," I answered. "I could not sleep well last night, so I came early." He looked at me for a moment and said softly, "Sometimes I cannot sleep either. My mind does not rest." His words made me feel close to him. Even though he was my manager, he was also just a man with feelings like mine. From then on, we often met before work. We stood outside with our tea or coffee, talking quietly. It became our little habit, something only the two of us shared, but not everything was easy. Some workers started looking at us differently. During lunch, I heard two women whispering, "Look at her. She's always with the manager." "Yes, maybe she wants something from him," the other replied. My face became hot. I looked down at my food and tried to act as if I did not hear, but inside I felt hurt. I did not want people to think I was seeking special favors. I only wanted to be seen as myself, not as someone using him. That evening, I walked home with heavy steps. Peter noticed. "You look quiet today," he said. I took a deep breath. "Some workers, they talk. They think I am close to you for the wrong reasons." Peter stopped walking and looked serious. "Sarah, listen. People will always talk. We cannot control them, but I know you. I see your heart. You do your job well. You are kind. That is all that matters." His words calmed me. Still, I worried. I had never been in this kind of situation before. One Saturday, he asked me again, "Would you like to go to the museum with me?" I said, "Yes." We walked slowly through the quiet museum. He explained things to me, and I laughed at his jokes. At one point, I stood in front of a painting of a small house near a river. "You like it?" he asked. "Yes," I whispered. "It feels peaceful." He smiled. I felt shy but warm inside. After the museum, we sat in a small cafe. He asked about my childhood dreams. I smiled. "I wanted to be a teacher, but life was different. I needed money, so I started work early," I said. He listened carefully. "I see. You are strong. You take life as it comes," he said. I looked at him. "And you? What was your dream?" "I wanted to travel," he smiled. "But life became work and responsibilities. Still, maybe one day I'll see more." That afternoon, I realized he was not only my manager, he was a man with his own dreams, his own past, and his own regrets. After that day, we met more often, sometimes in the park, sometimes at small cafes, sometimes just walking. He remembered everything I said. Once I told him I liked blue flowers. The next week, he gave me a small blue flower in a glass bottle. My eyes filled with tears, happy ones. Still, I was afraid. I asked myself many times, is this real, or will it end quickly? One evening, we walked near the river. Lights reflected on the water. He looked at me softly. "Sarah, may I hold your hand?" I froze for a moment. then placed my hand in his. His hand was warm and gentle. "I wanted to do this for a long time," he said. "Me too," I whispered. Life was not always simple. Gossip at work grew louder. Some smiled with false faces. Some whispered when I passed. I felt it every day. One afternoon, I went to the bathroom and cried quietly. I did not want him to see my tears. Later that week, he noticed I was quiet again. "Sarah, please tell me if something is wrong," he said gently. I shook my head. "I feel ashamed. People do not respect me now. They think I want something from you." Peter's face grew serious. "I will speak to them," he said. "No, that will make it worse. Please let it go. I will be fine," I replied. Even though I tried to be strong, inside I was afraid. Afraid the gossip might break us. Afraid he would one day think it was too hard. Then something happened that changed everything. During a team meeting, Peter spoke in front of everyone. He talked about the factory, our work, and the future. Then he said, "I also want to thank Sarah, not only for her work, but for her kindness and the way she makes this place better." Everyone clapped. My face turned red, but my heart felt light. For the first time, I was not afraid. He saw me, and he was not hiding it. Weeks turned into months. Our bond grew stronger. He met my parents. My mother whispered, "He is a good man." My father looked at him with respect. I felt proud. I felt safe. One Sunday morning, he asked if we could walk in the park again. We walked hand in hand. The sun was warm. Birds sang. He stopped, looked at me, and said, "Sarah, I know we met in a simple place, but for me, you are not simple. You are the most important part of my life. I feel lucky to have met you. I want to ask you something, but I am afraid too." My heart raced. I looked at him waiting. "Sarah, will you share your life with me?" Tears ran down my face. My voice shook. "Yes," I whispered, then louder. "Yes, Peter, I will." He smiled, held me close, and for the first time in many years, I believed in a love that was gentle and true. From that day, life felt brighter. I woke up each morning with a smile. I still went to the factory, still packed boxes, still drank tea during breaks, but everything felt different because I had Peter beside me. He was my partner, my friend, my love. We kept things quiet at first, but people already guessed. After he asked me to share my life with him, we did not hide anymore. Some workers accepted it, some did not. I heard whispers, but I was stronger now because Peter showed me every day that his love was real. Life together was not always easy. Sometimes we disagreed about small things. He liked to read at night. I liked to sleep early. He liked tea. I liked coffee. But every difference we had, we talked through, we listened, and we laughed. That was enough. One evening, he came home with a small box. My heart jumped. Inside was a simple ring. "Sarah," he said, "I do not want just to share a home with you. I want to share all of life with you. Will you marry me?" My eyes filled with tears. I remember the lonely days in the factory, the quiet tea breaks, the gossip, the doubts. And now here he was, holding out his heart to me. "Yes," I whispered. "Yes," I said louder. He placed the ring on my finger and held me close. I felt safe, seen, loved. Now, when I look back, I see how love came when I least expected it. It did not come with loud promises. It came with small acts of kindness, a smile in the morning, a hand under the umbrella, a flower in a bottle. Now I wake up each day beside him. Life is warmer, brighter, fuller, because I learned that true love is not about perfect words. It is about respect, patience, and care. So, dear friends, thank you for listening to my story. If you are waiting for love, please do not give up. Love may come when you do not expect it. And when it is real, it does not hurt. It gives peace, it gives strength, and it feels like home.